Ooh, this one works better. We're going to hear from Jenny Rudd, and not to embarrass Jenny, but Lander and Rogers hosts an annual Legal Tech Pitch Night, and Jenny was our People's Choice winner in 2024, last October, and was also selected by the judges as our first runner-up. Jenny!
Kia ora, everyone. I didn't really consider this thing. Is this going to be all right if I do that? Yay! Tech, so cool. Oh, it's got a little. So, 5 years ago, I had to make a without notice application to family court to make my children safe. My ex-husband is a meth addict. The evidence I submitted came from texts and emails, and my lawyer said to me, okay, can you send them all to me so that I can attach them to your affidavit? And I was like, oh, I guess that they've got some kind of platform or something that I'll just upload them and it will just seamlessly pull them together. But that really wasn't the case. She just said, no, you have to email them to me. My stomach dropped. I had hundreds of messages. Like, how would I know what constitutes evidence amongst all of that? And so I had to search through and screenshot everything, and I relived the whole traumatic mess all over again. Oh, the button. Oh, there we go. So this is from my affidavit. When I first saw it, I was so worried. How would a judge be able to read these messages? And I wondered, how would my lawyer, if the judge asked her to refer back to something, how would my lawyer be able to find them? I could barely read them myself. Over the last year and a half, I have spent many hours interviewing hundreds of lawyers, much like you, and the clients that you serve, and the judges who are assigned to you. And I wanted to ask them about the process of collecting and collating communication-based evidence. Pretty much everyone is using the same inefficient and manual process. It sounds like you're all dealing with a huge number of screenshots. And you all shared with me the biggest problems with the screenshotting solution. So number one, there are often dates and times missing because you screenshot your text, there's not that much metadata on them. And so then you kind of print them all off and shuffle them around on a table and then scan them back into your practice management software. Number two, you aren't getting the whole picture. I spoke to so many lawyers who said that they'd be in court and they'd get a nasty surprise from the other side when there were messages that your client hadn't shared with you. It's really clear that you all hate being on the back foot and looking like you aren't on top of things in front of the judge. I wouldn't like that. And number three, you've worked really hard to hold this vital role of being a lawyer. And I'm pretty sure you didn't go to law school to spend your time, many hours, reformatting screenshots. And from a client perspective, which is where I sit, it is absolutely terrifying when you realise that the responsibility to make your children safe by providing all the evidence lies with the person with zero experience and who's already in a high state of stress. So that's why I built Dispute Buddy. Your client goes to our website, downloads our desktop app, and then plugs in their phone, types in the names of the contacts of the people they want to search for, and the date range. Dispute Buddy finds all the relevant texts on their iPhone and downloads them to a neat indexed PDF, all without the client rereading a single painful message. And by the way, I didn't know these stats that you both have shown about the volume of people who aren't accessing justice, sort of that 60 to 80% of people. And so what I learned in my user testing, when I first designed my first tool, was screen recording and uploading those. What I discovered is when I went to test them, everyone who's in a dispute, they kept cancelling it. And I hypothesized that the reason why they're cancelling it is because they don't want to look at the text, they don't want to read them, which is why I built this desktop app so that you don't have to reread any. So I'm really heartened to see that you've done the research there. Thanks, guys. Hopefully that means that my hypothesis is going to be borne out, which we're going to find out because I'm launching on Monday. At the moment, we're reliably processing iPhone texts. Next on the roadmap is bringing in Android and then being able to ingest WhatsApps, Facebook Messenger, social media messages and emails. We're going to build the features according to the feedback that we get from lawyers like you, because no one understands this process better than you do. We'll be using AI to collate messages into the issues of the case and looking to triage, much like Chris has talked about there. And across our data set of conversations, which will show us what happens when relationships devolve into acrimony and hurt. Imagine a time when we can scan chats to detect and prevent disputes before they take up a portion of your life, trying to resolve something avoidable. So I'm Jenny Rudd, I'm the founder of Dispute Buddy. I've built and sold a successful publishing business, and I've made 14 investments into early stage tech businesses with a special focus on those that create equality by making complex systems much more efficient, just like Dispute Buddy. I'm also an ex-client of a family lawyer who would have really loved to have used Dispute Buddy. So we've secured a partnership with the separationguide.com.au, Australia's biggest divorce tech platform. They've created $18 billion of social impact through their platform by removing about 150 hours of stress per separating couple. I heard Angela Harvinson, the CEO of Separation Guide, say that this morning. I might not have got it quite right, but it was 150 days. And so far, they've helped over 500,000 people through their platform. So if you go to their website, you'll find us there under services. And we're running a pilot group of law firms. We've got 4 spots left. It would have been 5, but when I flew over here, I was sitting next to a family lawyer who asked me about Dispute Buddy and loved it so much, he signed up on the spot. If you'd like to take part, scan this QR code, click on Get App, and register your interest. Your law firm will be able to use Dispute Buddy free for 2 months in return for giving us feedback. If you're a law firm that collects and collates texts from your clients and you don't want to print them out and shuffle them around a table, this is a great pilot for you to belong to. We need Dispute Buddy in the world because cases shouldn't be decided on your status or how much resources you've got access to. It should just be decided on who said what to who and when. Thank you.